अस्सलाम वालेकुम डियर स्टूडेंट्स। इस वीडियो लेक्चर सीरीज़ में आपके साथ शेयर की जाएगी एजेके टेक्स्ट बुक बोर्ड के जो न्यू सिलेबस आया उसमें क्लास 9th इंग्लिश की जितने भी चैप्टर्स हैं, टोटल 12 चैप्टर्स हैं आपके पास। तो टेक्स्ट की रीडिंग्स यहाँ इसमें की जाएगी, क्योंकि अक्सर होता है हमारा जो पेपर है वो रिटन होता है, ठीक है। तो बच्चे रीडिंग पे फोकस नहीं करते, रीडिंग कराई नहीं जाती, टीचर्स खुद रीड करके ट्रांसलेट कर देती हैं। तो बच्चों का रीडिंग पे फोकस नहीं होता, उन्हें नहीं पता होता कि आप जहाँ पे पंक्चुएशन हो रही है वहाँ पे आपने सेंटेंस को कैसे रीड करना है। उन्हें बहुत से वर्ड्स की प्रोनाउंसिएशन नहीं पता होती, यानी उनको मीनिंग पता होता है, यूज़ पता होता है, लेकिन प्रोनाउंस वो गलत कर रहे होते हैं। तो अपनी रीडिंग स्किल्स आपने साथ साथ इम्प्रूव भी करनी है। बेशक वो रिटन एग्ज़ाम का पार्ट नहीं है, आपके फाइनल एग्ज़ाम का पार्ट नहीं है, ठीक है। तो हम स्टार्ट करते हैं यूनिट नंबर 1 ट्रीटी ऑफ हुदैबिया की रीडिंग से। एक और बात मेंशन करती चलूँ कि इस लेक्चर सीरीज़ में, ये जो वीडियो सीरीज़ होगी, इसमें सिर्फ टेक्स्ट की रीडिंग होगी। आपकी जो ग्लॉसरी है, वर्ड्स मीनिंग्स हैं, या ट्रांसलेशन है, या फर्दर कॉम्प्रिहेंशन है, वो नेक्स्ट वीडियोस में होगी। लेकिन इस पूरी लेक्चर सीरीज़ में सिर्फ और सिर्फ रीडिंग पे फोकस किया जाएगा, तो इनको ज़रूर सुनें, ठीक है। और वर्ड्स की प्रोनाउंसिएशन को ज़रूर फॉलो करें। पढ़ते हैं पेज नंबर 2, अगर आप अपनी बुक ओपन करें। लिखा है, The Treaty of Hudaibiyah, also known as Sulh Hudaibiyah, is a significant agreement in the history of Islam. The event took place during the life of Hazrat Muhammad Hatimun Nabeen sallallahu alaihi wasallam. A crucial contract was signed at Makkah between Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Quraysh tribe. Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had a dream about performing Umrah at the Holy Kaaba. To act on his dream, he set out with 1400 Muslims wearing ihram clothes, planning to visit Mecca. During the sacred months of the year, Zulqa'dah, Zulhijjah, Muharram, and Rajab, Muslims were allowed to visit the Kaaba peacefully, as fighting was prohibited. Hazrat Muhammad ﷺ and his companions expected the Quraysh to respect this peaceful intention, but the Quraysh opposed it and stopped the Muslims outside the city. Hazrat Muhammad ﷺ made it clear to the people of Makkah that their intention was only to perform Umrah, but the Quraysh refused to accept this. In response to the stubbornness of the Quraysh, Hazrat Usman Ghani Razillahu Anhu was sent as an ambassador to Makkah to negotiate. The Quraysh kept Hazrat Usman Razillahu Anhu, and believing he had been martyred, a rumor spread among the Muslims. In response, Hazrat Muhammad ﷺ gathered his companions under a tree and took a pledge, promising not to return until they had avenged Hazrat Usman Ghani's death. This pledge is known as Bait-e-Rizwan, mentioned in Surah Al-Fath, verse 18. Surely Allah was pleased with the believers when they were pledging allegiance to Him under the tree in Hudaybiyah. So what was in their hearts, Allah knew in advance. Then He sent down upon them peace of heart and gave them the reward of a very near victory, that is Habr. The Quraysh of Makkah agreed to resolve the situation after agreeing to the following points. The Muslims will return to Medina without performing Umrah. However, the Muslims will be permitted to come back next year to peacefully stay in Medina for 3 days and perform Umrah. Number 2, the Muslims were only allowed to carry swords for protection, which should be kept underneath sheets. The Treaty of Hudaibiyah declared a 10-year armistice between both parties and advised everyone to live in harmony and peace during this time. If anyone from the Quraysh goes over to Hazrat Muhammad ﷺ without his guardian's permission, he should be sent back to the Quraysh. But if any of Hazrat Muhammad ﷺ's followers return to Quraysh, he shall not be sent back. Any tribe or person who wished to join Hazrat Muhammad ﷺ and signed the agreement alongside him will be free to do so. Similarly, any tribe or person who wished to sign the contract from the Quraysh's side will be free to do so. If any young person whose father was still alive went to Hazrat Muhammad ﷺ without permission from his guardian or father, he must be returned to Makkah. On the other hand, if anyone went from Medina to Makkah, the Quraysh people would be under no obligation to return him. As the peace treaty was being written, Abu Jandal, son of Suhail bin Umru, arrived dragging his shackles. The Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Abu Jandal, be patient and consider it a reward. Allah will make a place of openness and refuge for you and for all the other weak Muslims with you. We have made peace agreements with the Quraysh, so we cannot make bad promises. Even though some terms of the Treaty of Hudaibiyah seemed unfavorable to the Muslims, its importance in Islamic history cannot be denied. After the treaty, the people of Quraysh began to recognize Hazrat Muhammad ﷺ as a leader of Medina, and the Muslims were permitted to make alliances with other tribes. Furthermore, the treaty brought a peaceful end to the ongoing struggle amongst the polytheists and the followers of Islam as people started to see Islam as a religion of peace. The 10-year truce allowed the Muslims to freely preach Islam and peacefully deal with the enemies on the other side of the Arabian Peninsula. Hazrat Muhammad ﷺ demonstrated the importance of keeping promises in the peace agreement of Hudaybiyah, which is the way of eternal salvation. The apparent defeat of the Treaty of Hudaybiyah was actually declared as a victory for the Muslims and Islam, as mentioned in Surah Al-Fath, Ayat 1. Indeed, we have given you, O Muhammad, a clear victory, that is Fateh Mubin. This victory was not immediate but became clear in the years that followed. The Treaty of Hudaybiyah serves as a timeless reminder of the power of diplomacy, patience, and perseverance in resolving conflicts and fostering harmony among diverse communities. Within just 2 years of the treaty, the Muslims acquired significant victories. The treaty allowed them to spread Islam more widely, especially in Mecca, where many people embraced Islam. The peace also enabled the Muslims to take part in the conquest of Habr, which was a pivotal victory that strengthened their positions in the Arabian Peninsula. As a result, many tribes formed alliances with the Muslims, further expanding the reach of Islam. It remains a shining example of the transformative act of peace building efforts in shaping the course of history and promoting the values of tolerance, coexistence, and mutual respect. ये थी आपके पास चैप्टर नंबर 1 ट्रीटी ऑफ हुदैबिया की फुल ट्रांसलेशन। इसको सुने और अपनी प्रोनाउंसिएशन इम्प्रूव करने की कोशिश करें, ठीक है। जहाँ जहाँ आपको लग रहा है आपकी वीकनेस है, उसको वर्ड को बार बार प्रोनाउंस करके कोशिश करें कि वो कवर अप हो जाए। अच्छा, अगर आपने मेरी लास्ट वीडियो देखी है कारवान सीरीज़ की जो इंग्लिश की मैंने बनाई थी, चैप्टर वही है लेकिन इसका टेक्स्ट काफ़ी शॉर्ट है। वो 4 to 5 पेजेस था, लेकिन ये जस्ट 2.5 पेजेस है। इनने फर्दर रिड्यूस कर दिया, कुछ वर्ड्स चेंज कर दिए, ईजी कर दिए। तो बहुत सी चीज़ें जो एक्चुअल इवेंट हुआ था, बहुत सी चीज़ें उसमें से मिस कर दी हैं एक किस्म की, ठीक है। तो फिर आपकी कॉम्प्रिहेंशन भी डिफरेंट होगी, क्वेश्चन आंसर्स भी डिफरेंट होंगे इसमें। तो कोशिश करूँगी मैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो सीरीज़ में जो ट्रीटी ऑफ हुदैबिया का पूरा वाक़या है, जो हज़ूर सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम जो अपना उम्रा करने जा रहे थे, उसका पूरा वाक़या एक अलग लेक्चर सीरीज़ में मैं कवर करूँ। अभी तक के लिए यहीं तक रखते हैं। नेक्स्ट वीडियो में इंशाल्लाह हम चैप्टर नंबर 2 विजनरी लीडर उसकी रीडिंग कवर करेंगे।